Hey guys, it's like wintry here today. I like it a lot. I love cold weather, blankets, dark skies. Reminds me of England. I was off in northern England not that long ago, and it was raining every day. And it was so witchy there. It was so mystical. I'd go off into the tall trees at night with a full moon. And I just could feel so many spirits. I liked it. I liked it a lot. But yeah, I like this kind of weather. It's very like inward type of weather. Let's go inward. Let's bundle up. Let's make yummy food. Let's nourish. And those are all things that I like. Those are all things that really assist with the awakening journey or a Kundalini journey. I like how weather that really inspires us to go inward or to cultivate an inward facing mind. And so it just aligns with my kind of process, because my process is always, it's seemingly going deeper and deeper inward, cultivating more and more of this inward facing mind that I talk about a lot. I first heard that term from Sri Ananda Moyama. Some people will say Mayama, but I don't think she minds either way. She's an amazing, remarkable being. She's still with us energetically if you call on her, but she was literally a manifestation of the Divine Mother. She was like the Divine Mother in form, and one of like a rare avatar, like a real avatar, by all accounts. And so, yeah, I have a question today that I'll answer or try to. We're having a group tomorrow. No, Monday. Yeah, I get my days right. We're having a small group. It's just 4 people. I think there's a spot or 2 open, kind of waiting to hear from someone. Maybe they've already got back to me if they're coming or not. But that one's a smaller container. And it's really designed so that the people who come can have longer shares if that's what they desire. And then after that one Monday, I'll start creating more that are just donation based and open, and there'll be bigger groups. So yeah, the one on Monday is $25 because it's, like I said, it's just like 4 people, and it just made sense to do it that way. But my next group offerings, they'll be donation based, and that way like more of y'all can come, and so I just wanted to try it this way. It just felt kind of exciting. So yeah, it's just good to be here with you guys. Do you guys have anything going on in your hearts? I feel like there's a lot of heart magic happening, a lot of deep heart healing occurring right now. That's what I'm feeling. This last full moon, it's pretty wild. I talked to my friend at the store. He's like, I haven't slept. I was like, why? He's like, the full moon. I'm like, oh yeah. So, yeah, it affects everybody, right? Not just those of y'all in the Kundalini initiation or whatever. But these energies are intense, and they're bringing up a lot. I could feel like deep shame. I was sitting with my healer yesterday, and she was like, I feel a lot of shame here, like just the shame for existing. It's like, wow. And when you're in a session with someone, and like, therapist, healer, whoever, they might say something, and in the session you might be like, okay, maybe. But then afterwards, sometimes it's not until it really sinks in. And that's what I really felt happened yesterday. Is like after the session, I really reflected on what she said, how she felt there was a lot of shame for just existing. And I could actually feel that in my body, like, oh my God, there is this shame just for existing. And we could trace that back to childhood when we considered ourselves a problem, when there was emotional turmoil around us. It's like we might have contributed our existence to why there was so much chaos, right? And so then we would feel like, okay, mom and dad are fighting, or the caregivers are fighting, and we might have like this shame. We might make that about us and be like, oh, my existence is a problem. Like my existence is causing this. If I wasn't here, mom and dad would be getting along just fine. And I've learned that from healers too, where if there's kind of turmoil and chaos and problems going on around us, we'll make it our fault, like as children, as babies, as little ones. And so we'll kind of internalize that, like, oh, I'm a problem. It's a problem I exist. It's because I'm existing that all of this is happening like it is. But of course, that's not true. But that stuff, it gets like ingrained in our DNA, it gets basically, it's like in our nervous system. So when she said that yesterday, and I was reflecting on it after the session, I was like I've been feeling this shame in my, like deep in my energy body and the nervous system, just the shame for existing. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And shame likes to go fast, Shame wants you to hurry up and become someone, because then you won't have to be ashamed of yourself, or it wants you to hurry up and heal and become this idealized vision of yourself, so then you won't have to feel ashamed of yourself, But a lot of times we try those things. I think people around the world are trying those things the best they can, And we do the thing, we get the subscribers, or we get the money or the achievement, and we're still with the shame, because we were actually, we're actually not turning around and facing the shame and transmuting it. It's like another way to try to escape the shame in a way. Like, maybe if I go do this, then I won't feel shame anymore about my existence. Maybe if I go get the right partner. But, of course, no matter what we achieve, or what kind of partner we obtain, or how much money we make, or whatever, if we're doing it so we don't have to feel shame anymore, we're going to take the shame with us. And then we'll just be like sitting in the bigger house, or we'll be sitting in that partnership or whatever, and we'll still be feeling the shame. We'll have the plaques on the wall, whatever the thing is, and we'll still be feeling the shame. So I love how my healer yesterday, she was like trying to like, hey, slow down for the shame. It's like, we need to just slow down for the shame. And so that's what I've been doing. I've been slowing down for the shame in my body. And it's felt really good. And it's almost like, oh my God, what a blessing I get to feel this, because I'm like liberating this shame out of my body, and like I'm feeling like how much freer I'm gonna be, and how much more just I'll get to serve, and how much more of an empty conduit I'll be for the divine. And not because then I'll get X, Y, and Z, but just that how nice it feels to be like transmuting shame and this heavy energy, and just like kind of correcting this lie, in a sense, like this lie of like, oh, shame for just existing, and just like feeling how that's my DNA is changing, and my cellular, like literally feeling how my energy field is being restructured. And a deeper sense of, like, you could say whatever, self-esteem, or, because it's like when we dissolve shame, how could we not feel more confident and at peace and just kind of like secure, right? It's a lot of, because it's the shame that will convince us of things like we have to be a certain way, that we're just not worthy of love just because, there's like not even a valid reason. And the shame will find reasons, but underneath it, it's just like, it's just shame. And shame is just like, oh, to be with right at first. I remember when I first started contacting shame, there's so much to be with. I just want to get away from it. Like, oh, I can't feel that. Fuck. But now, after years of doing this work, it's just like a joy. I don't, it sounds so weird, I know but it's just a joy to be with my shame. Like, oh, wow, what a miracle to be able to bring light to shame, you know? And to be able to slow down for it and to be right with it. Like, I was laying in bed this morning and I set an alarm because I was going to go do something. But I could feel how my shame didn't want to go do the thing. And not from a place of like, you know, sometimes shame can make us not want to do things that are good for us. But this felt more like, no, my shame wanted all of me this morning. And my shame was like, instead of going and doing those things, which actually would kind of felt like I'd be leaving myself, the shame was like, can we just be here together this morning? Will you just be with me? And not with your thoughts, don't be with the thoughts, but can you just be with me? And I felt like this very kind of low vibrational shame through my heart center, asking for my presence. And I just laid with it for like 3 hours. And it just felt so good to meet it and to be with it and to not need or want anything else. I was like, I just want to be with my shame. That's all I want. And it was so enough. It was so enough. It was so full of an experience. And that's the thing, when you go inside and you cultivate this inward facing mind, your inward experience is just so enough. And it's just like beautiful. And then as you meet the shame in your body, that like, and it starts to transmute, it will naturally lead you to whatever you want to do next. Just coming up with ideas for group meetings I want to do, and kind of like a support group theme. And I'm making this video and I kind of cleaned up a little bit, and I fed these cats, these barn cats, and she just had a litter of kittens, and I could see her out there hunting so like frequently to like keep her kittens fed. So I've started buying food for her to like help her out. I can't help it. I see him outside my window. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting chills. I love cats. And she comes to my door now a lot, and we have this new bond, and the mother, that is. And when I first moved here, like, good luck getting, I don't know, half a football field away from her without, she's just dark. But she like comes up to my door meowing, and it's like, can we have food, please? She's still hunting, and I don't know, she's a hunter, of course. But anyways, I was going to answer a question, but I think this is the video today. Much love to y'all. I'll put the link for the group if you're interested. Like I said, I think there's a spot or two left. But I will be doing more support groups for y'all for Awakening, and I'll make them donation-based. That way they're easier to access for y'all. And so, anyways, sending y'all so much love. See you in the next one. Namaste.